What's up, guys? This is Corey, Reedy River Goods. I'm back again. This one came to me as I was working. So, if you don't know me or you haven't been by my channel yet, I started in leather work 5-6 years ago, and I've been kind of building up, and I have a successful Etsy shop that I run, and I started putting these videos together. Tonight I was working, and so if you're new to leather or whatever, even if you've been dabbling, you've probably heard gum trag, I don't know, a couple dozen thousand times. So I've been using Eco Flow Gum Trag since I started. So my first wallet I made, that's what I used it on. I think I just saw a video, I kept hearing it, and that's what I saw. So that's what I started using. I've had 6 years with it now, and I had a pretty nice, I thought I had some pretty nice results. I've never gotten any negative feedback on the edge work or anything like that I do. And so I was just going about my business. Early on in my leather crafting, I call it balling on a budget. So I'd find whatever I could for the cheapest price and I'd go with it. So I've been dealing with that. Again, I had some good results. Tonight, I decided we've been a little successful around here lately. So we stepped up our game, and I spent $4 more on something. And anyway, it showed up somehow or another. So tonight we are just going to run through. This is the LeBron Jordan debate that's been going down for years, except this one's in leathercraft. I think it's been decided, but I don't know. I'd like to hear some feedback. So again, I've been using this Eco Flow. I came across this Tokonole that I tried recently. What I've done, I'm going to do a little taste test. That's what we're going to do tonight. So I got some vegetable tan leather here. This stuff's awesome. And I also got some little oil tan leather, which is a little bit different, and some chrome tan leather. So what we did a little taste test, and I did my normal process that I would do on my edges, and I got them labeled on the back. So to start with is the Gum Trag Eco Flow. Puts together a nice little edge here. I went through one sandpaper, Eco Flow, one sandpaper, Eco Flow. So that was basically two attempts after I did my edge work there, and then just came that down. That's a pretty nice finish. It's what I've come to expect over the years. It's nice and smooth and has a little gloss to it. And then I hit this sucker with this Tokonole right here, and this thing is close to glass. So I didn't know if it was a little placebo effect, and I was like, oh, it's a nicer thing, or I saw it in this other video, it must be nice. So what I did was I took these pieces and I threw them into the thing. I picked them up and I tried to feel to see if I could notice a difference. Every time I got it right. This Tokonole, again, took the cake for me. Where I noticed the biggest difference, again, you're not getting a bad edge here. I've used these for so long and I've never gotten one comment on my edges not being right. So they're great. This one seems to be greater, but I don't know. So where I noticed the biggest difference, and this one for me is important because I deal with a lot of chrome tan leathers. And when I'm making watch straps and things of that nature, a lot of times I'll use a chrome tan leather, and also it's a single piece. So I'm not doubling pieces up and then burnishing the edges. It's just a single, and I want to get the edges nice and rounded off for a watch strap just to kind of clean them up. And so that's where I noticed the biggest difference. So I took some oil tan leather. I got the same result. It's fine with the Eco Flow. It's not bad, but there's a noticeable difference with that Tokonole for me that it just, I don't know what it is. It just almost feels like it's a melted plastic on there, and it's awesome. So this is the oil tan leather. Again, I've done these chrome tan leathers now, again, is where I noticed the biggest difference. And if you've been finishing edges or used either of these items on some vegetable tan leather, you know that sound I'm talking about, right? So you're finishing your stuff, and just about the time it's getting right, it almost sounds like it's sticky and plastic, right? You know the sound. I can't make the sound clearly, but you know what I'm talking about. So I never got that before working with Eco Flow on chrome tan leathers. It did fine to kind of bring the fibers down, round off the edges, and smooth them out a little bit. The first time I put that Tokonole on there, for me, that was the game changer right there. I heard that sound that I was so used to on vegetable tan leather, and I knew that this was going to be it for me. So this will not ever not be in my shop anymore. I don't know that I have to buy this anymore. So I'm going to spend the extra $3.50 and I'm going to go for this Tokonole. I noticed, again, for me, vegetable tan leather, I noticed it much, much smoother. And chrome tan leather was the biggest difference, where I started to notice where I'm actually burnishing those things, and they're getting that solid feel to them, as opposed to just like the fibers are laying down. I don't know if that makes sense, but when you see it and you feel it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Two things for the Eco Flow, I guess, if there is any, if it does have any advantage. One of them is kind of weird, but I don't know that you'll be able to see them on here. But up close with the Tokonole, I feel like it's working too good, maybe, to whereas on the bottom piece of the leather, I notice it's almost like it's almost like burnishing the bottom, but it kind of comes out a little bit inconsistent, and it kind of comes over the edge a little bit more. I never really noticed that. The edge is a little bit more glossy here. It's not finished because I can feel it, and it's still rough a little bit, but it doesn't kind of overhang, and it doesn't look, so there's a little bit of darkening that's going to come out on this other side here. I don't know if that's a big deal, but I will say probably the biggest downfall for me, and it just may be because I'm not used to it, they are a little bit different in consistency, and so the gum trag for me is much easier to spread. So when let's say I'm working on a watch band, so I'm able to spread it more evenly, I feel like, and I don't get as much residue on the top portions here or the bottom portions. And with the Tokonole, I feel like it just doesn't spread the same. And it could just be my, I've only worked with it for about a week or two now. So, but yeah, that was probably the only two things that I noticed that I didn't like about it. But again, it could just be me, learning to work with it a little bit more. But today, for me, I've decided, as part of my debate, I'm choosing Tokonole right here, all day, every day, and I'll spare the extra $3. It's cool, and hopefully it shows them my work, and my customers will see it too. So, if you're new to my channel, I appreciate you stopping by. I don't know how you found me, but I appreciate you stopping by anyway. And hopefully this is helpful to you. Reason I started this is 5-6 years ago when I started, I found it hard, and I was piecing together videos from everywhere. So I'm basically trying to take those things that I was looking for when I first started and throw them out into the world to see if anybody's listening. So I appreciate your time, and I'll be seeing you guys soon.